In this video, I'm going to be showing you an awesome new drum library, and I'm going to show you how easy it is and how little work it takes to get amazing results out of it. Hi everybody, my name's Nick. I guess I'm kind of the main guy here at Ingram Audio. Just to give you a little backstory about myself, I've been producing and mixing music for over 12 years. 13 years? I don't know. It's been a long time. One thing I always struggled with over those years was I felt like my mixes with MIDI drums were always missing something compared to my mixes with live drums. I wanted something that sounded real. I wanted something that sounded big. I wanted it to have realistic room, realistic overheads that sounded like I really recorded them. So this is it. This is Drum Daddy. I wanted something that was versatile. I wanted something that could be huge, arena rock drums, and could also have a small, tight indie kit. I wanted it to have powerful drums, but then you can bring down the velocity and have, a softer, more laid-back tone. When you first open Drum Daddy, it'll take you to the kick page. You'll notice you have a compressor, direct, overhead, and room. You have EQ for each of those and panning. Also, you can route each of these tracks straight to your DAW. Gives you tons of freedom. You can throw your own plugins on it, then do whatever you got to do. You have pitch control for each track as well. If you click on the overhead and room, you can control the pitch. You got release and sustain. This little section is one of my favorites. This is the Girth, Stank, and Attack sliders. This section is awesome. You can really change the sound with this section. I like to use it a lot on snare drums. It can really turn one snare sample into 10 different samples just by moving 3 sliders. It's pretty cool. You can add more body, you can add more ring and make it real dirty, or you can take the ring away and add more attack and have just a straight in your face hit, or you can turn them all up and have everything, and it still sounds pretty cool. Up here we have a list of all the kicks. There's 4 kicks to choose from on the kick page. Starting with the first one, you have a 22 by 23. It's kind of like a longer cannon-y type kick. I'll start hitting stuff. That's the first kick drum. Here's the overhead. And then the room. But yeah, you see, very, very big room, very realistic sounding. The second kick is a 24 by 16. Then we have a 24 by 14. And then we have another 24 by 16. All right, then we'll jump over to the snare page. You'll notice it's the exact same setup. Nothing crazy, nothing different, nothing's going to throw you off. You have the compressor, all the same controls. You click on it, you can control the pitch for the overheads and room. You can route them as well. And it has the Girth, Stank, and Attack. Up here you have the list of snares, which we'll start going through those. The first one is the Maple 14 by 8. See, multi-velocity, very real sounding. Here's the overhead. The room. Go over to second snare, a Maple 14 by 5. Then we have a Brass 14 by 6. Then we have this Fat 14 by 8. It's just tuned a little more dry. This one's good for like indie. I like to use this one a lot dry when I use it. Steel 14 by 8. I love this one for like metal. You can use it for reggae. Then we have another steel snare, just tuned a little different. Different snare in general. I think this one was a Tama. The first one, I believe, was a DW. This one was a Tama. Tama. A lot of attack. Then you have this custom 14 by 6. This was a mahogany snare. I really like that one. Then we'll go over to the toms. You have the 2 rack toms, and then you have the floor tom. And then each tom has all the same controls that the kick and snare has. Nothing different. They're just spaced a little different. When you click on each tom, you'll notice it jumps to that tom. Then you can control it right here. It has the compression. You have the same controls, the pitch, everything. When you click on the overhead track, that's where you can control the details of the tom and the overheads, and the same as the room as well. You know, you can change the pitch, you can pan it a little differently if you want to, you can change the volume of that tom specifically in the overhead or room, and you can route them each track as well. I'll show you guys what the toms sound like. Yeah. Then we'll jump over to the cymbals. You got ride, china, splash, hi-hat, overhead control, and room control. We'll jump back to the ride. When you go to the ride track, you'll notice it has controls over here for the overheads and rooms. That's where you can control the details, like similar to the tom page. You have left and right swap. There's no left and right swap on the room because the way it was mic'd, it didn't really make a difference to do left and right swap. And then each cymbal has the same controls. And then when you get to the overheads, that's where you can control the left and right crash in the overheads. And then when you click on the room, you can control the left and right crash in the room. And as you can see, you have the left and right swap. So you can flip-flop the cymbals if you want to without painting them. You can change the pitch. You can do everything you need to do. So what I really wanted to show you guys was how easy it really is to make the default kit on Drum Daddy sound good and how little work it actually takes. So let's just say you don't know anything about mixing drums or drum tones and you need something quick that you can throw on because you're in the heat of the moment, you're writing a song. Let's hear what it sounds like real quick without doing anything first. Honestly, not bad. I vibe with that. Let's do a little bit to it. So, remember, we're pretending that you don't know anything, and you need a very, very, very quick way to make this sound awesome. Here's what you can do. Let's just start with turning on compression on everything, and not even touching the settings. We'll just turn it on, because it's already set up to sound good. And then now we'll listen to it. We already have a lot more attack in the drums. They already stick out of the mix a little bit more. Sounding a little better already. Let's add... just add a little low into the kick. Take down the overhead and room on the kick. Let's make the snare cut through a little bit more and have a little bit more sustain to it. We'll turn all these down. Turn this on. Turn up the Girth slider, give it a little body. And then we'll just give it a little nudge. Already sounding pretty good. If you want to take it even a step further than that, let's just throw on a random stock compressor. I'm just using a Logic compressor, if I could find where they are. So let's just use this classic VCA. I like this one. It only has 3 knobs. You can't really mess up. Less room for error. So let's hear it with this thing on without me even touching it. Okay, I'm just going to click that. Turn the mix all the way up. And then let's just crank it. You know, now you can really hear the room on that snare really just soaring over it and so much more atmosphere. It's just more of an overall realistic sound. And I have the stank slider, which is adding the dirtiness to it. You can turn that down if you don't want that. You can have more attack. And then without it, huge difference. But yeah, that is a very easy, simple thing you can do with the default kit on Drum Daddy. The great thing about Drum Daddy is it's for beginners and it's for professionals. You can make it sound awesome just straight out of the box, doing almost nothing like you saw here, or you can really start diving into it. And honestly, the possibilities with it then are endless. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys like Drum Daddy. I can't wait to hear what you guys do with it. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. If you want to see me fumble over my words and talk like an idiot, I will be posting tons of more. Thanks for watching.